like the list of people that want Deshaun Watson to go to the Chicago Bears seems to keep increasing. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Style back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL. And here to talk about, obviously, the topic that you see in the title, which we will get into in just a second here. But before we do that, if you're new to the channel, make sure to go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you're following me on all my social media platforms. Links is always down below. And make sure you have the post notifications turned on by hitting the bell icon down below, folks. I post videos every single day. Don't miss out. So with that being said, let's get into it. All right, let me start by giving some credit where credit is due for the inspiration for the video, okay? One of you guys reached out to me. His name is Ernest Martin, I believe. Reached out to me on Twitter, and his Twitter profile and his I think, is Swayze4401. So shout out to Ernest. And he sent me this clip for this video. All right, so I always tell you guys, follow me on social media. This is one of the reasons why, all right? Because if you guys follow me, you guys send me clips, you guys send me news that I may have missed. Again, I'm only one person, so I could definitely miss stuff. I will, go ahead and sometimes make a video based off of that. I'll give you guys, obviously, the credit for, giving me the inspiration for it. So I want to do that to Ernest. Thank you for sending me this. And essentially, it's a clip from one of the sports shows on Fox Sports with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker, okay? And Greg Jennings, former Packers wide receiver, yes, that's right, Greg Jennings, came on their show. Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Rob Parker is awful takes, by the way. He is just, his takes are god-awful. He's entertaining. Don't get me wrong. He is. Chris Broussard's good. Just wanted to put that out there. And I do listen to their shows sometimes. That's why I'm saying it. Yeah, entertaining for sure, but oof, some of those takes. Anyways, Greg Jennings comes on the show. They talk about Deshaun Watson, obviously. And at the end, Greg Jennings is asked by Chris Broussard, hey, Greg, where do you want Deshaun Watson to end up? Not where you think. Where do you want Deshaun Watson to end up? And he says, without hesitation, Chicago. And he doesn't list any other team. Remember I made the video about Michael Vick? And Vic said the Bears or the 49ers. Greg Jennings just says Chicago. Straight up. And so, to me, that was kind of surprising because, one, he only listed the Bears. And two, we are talking about a former Packers wide receiver here. So, for him to say, that the best place for Deshaun Watson is Chicago, it is actually speaking volumes here in regards to, kind of what he thinks about the Bears and their situation. So my overall thoughts on this, obviously, I'm surprised that Greg Jennings said the Bears, but it's also the fact that so many players see it, right? There's one thing if we're talking about media members and, guys like that, but when we're talking about former players, right, guys that have actually played football and guys like Michael Vick and Greg Jennings, and I'm not saying I always agree with them. There's some athletes that have awful, horrendous takes. But what I'm saying is I do think it hits a little different when these guys are seeing what a lot of people in the media aren't seeing, which is the Bears are the perfect team for Deshaun Watson. They're in the NFC. They have everything but a quarterback. They just need Deshaun to come in here. It's a big city, helps him for his legacy. Again, I've made plenty of videos talking about the reasons why. I don't need to go into full detail about that, right? Why the Jets aren't as good of an option as people think, why the Dolphins aren't as good of an option as people think. And I'm not here to also confirm that this means he's coming to Chicago. But what I can tell you is this. Not only that this speaks volumes to the fact that former players see that the Bears are really that good of an option for Deshaun, but also the fact that these are guys that can actually reach out to Deshaun Watson and help him decide, right? When media members say, what a certain spot is good for Deshaun Watson and bad, and, it is what it is. It's their opinion. But when it's former players, the reason why I'm saying it holds a little bit more weight is because these guys could potentially be friends with Deshaun Watson, right? And so Deshaun Watson could be reaching out to these guys for advice and they could tell Deshaun Watson, like Mike Vick was saying the other day, I'm going to have a talk with D-Watt and tell him, hey, consider Chicago. So if Greg Jennings says, consider Chicago, soon enough, if you have enough people saying consider one place, you don't think Deshaun Watson's going to listen? Again, doesn't mean it's confirmed that he's going to come here, but what it does mean is that Chicago has a chance to really go high up on his list, right? And you'd rather obviously be in the discussion and be talked about than not, duh. But I love the fact that it's former players doing it, right? They're kind of doing the recruiting for us. And so again, not going to run away with this and just say, oh my God, this means so much. It's still one person's opinion, but they keep adding up, and soon enough, you'll see, what kind of happens here with Deshaun Watson. But anyways, I thought it was really interesting. I thought, it was a great find by one of you guys. So again, shout out to you guys. Make sure you're following me on Twitter, man. Make sure you're following me on my social media. I can't wait, obviously, to see what happens here. I'm going to be here all summer covering the Deshaun Watson news and seeing where he ends up, hopefully with my Chicago Bears. But let's see what happens. Let me know what you guys think about that, man. So check it out, the clip with Greg Jennings saying that the Bears are the best fit for Deshaun Watson. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below if you disagree. As always, thanks for watching.